again, Saturday the 22nd of July. Starting with Bitcoin as usual. No change here really. I'm looking for the ABC. We've seen the A, we've seen the B. I think the C is still a little bit further ahead, down to around here somewhere. I mean, we've got the A, I think. Well, obviously got the A, maybe a B in progress, with the C still to come. So maybe a few weeks away before this starts to take off. But once it does take off, I think we're going to see something quite startling again. I think this is going to be a major bull market. And it's really the place to put your money, I believe, if you want some serious life-changing gains. Now, how much money is, of course, a matter of personal choice. I think with Bitcoin and Ethereum, using stops, it's quite an established market now, is okay. But although I mentioned stops with the smaller coins I was talking about in the last few videos, I think probably it's just too risky placing a stop because the coins are so volatile. And because the coins are quite small, the bigger players could easily decide to dump coin, hit a load of stops, buy at a lower level, and I think it's just too risky to do that. So I'm altering my previous comments. Bitcoin and Ethereum, I say yes, I think that's okay, but even they can be pretty volatile. But I think we're at the start of a major bull market. I'm going to get it right. And although gold and silver will perform well, we won't see the type of gains we might see in crypto. And shorting the equity markets, again, it's not something you make a lot of money on unless you really want to specialise and really go to town on that kind of thing. But I think the easier gains, i.e. buying smaller coins, just hanging on to them and letting the market do its thing over the next few years will be a place to see spectacular gains. We did this before some years ago, and it certainly had a huge effect on my portfolio and general wealth. And I think we're seeing it again now. So I'm very happy. Anyone wants to talk about this, like a discussion, then I think it's a very important point at which again these life-changing gains are available, and quite soon. I mean, Bitcoin, we've got the C wave. Once we get the C wave complete, and I mean, it may be around here, maybe a bit lower, a bit higher, but we should see a third wave up, and at that point, we should start to see some serious rallies coming in, and some solid enthusiasm for crypto, and from that point onwards, it should be a fairly exciting ride, I think. We're pretty close now. I mean, I'll be looking at a few charts today, but it's obviously everything is your own decision. You must make your own choices. What's right for you? You want to use stops, etc., etc. Risk how much you want. I mean, one way of using a stop is just to put in a certain fixed sum, say £500 into a particular crypto. Just say, well, that's my risk. I'm just leaving it to run, and then go away and sleep easily, whatever happens. It's much easier than putting in, say, 5,000, and then putting a stop, which may be very vulnerable because you've got that cash, you want to protect that cash. So it's a personal choice how you attack that. But of course, if you feel like it's like a webinar or something, we could have a webinar to discuss these sort of points, and I can take questions and all that kind of stuff. I'm happy to do that because I say this is a critical time. I think my service can be the most use at a time when we could see these possibly life-changing gains. As far as Bitcoin is concerned, no change. We're still looking for this C wave low. Same with Ethereum, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So highly irregular A, B, C. And I don't think it's complete again. I mean, it could be complete in fact, but I don't think so. At this point, there's 5 waves down here. I mean, it could be a downtrend starting, but I think it's probably unlikely in the current situation. But I mean, nothing. The markets can do what they want. But my view is we're going to go higher from here, and we just need to see the low first, which is still ahead of us. Right, DAF is kind of an example of what I've been saying. Actually, we have got a 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. Another 5 there. 1, 2, 3. Well, there might be a 4, 5 there. It's difficult to see. Down again. So this could easily be an ABC. Obviously, A, B, C. So we could be heading down here. I'm not using a stop. I'm just putting a certain amount of money into it and letting it run. I think that's by far the best course to adopt on these things. So really not much more to say here. I mean, it may well shoot up from here, but it could easily just see another low first, take up the stops, and then rise again. But right now there's no confirmation that we're seeing a low. All right, looking at Monero as an example, we had this major low back in 2020, down around 2025 or so. A huge rally up to 500 plus. That was 20x. I've got an A, a B, and a C for wave 2. Now a 1, 2, 1, 2. But we need this third wave thrust to come in to confirm. But the wave counts here are not that clear. I mean, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, 5. Let me just get rid of this phone. Right, gold is also going to be a big winner going forwards, in my view. But nothing like what we might expect from the cryptos, I don't think, especially the small cryptos. So we have a 3 here, ABC 4, 1 of 5, ABC 2. Now we're on to the third of the final wave up. So again, this could be a pretty decent. Well, it could be a very nice breakout coming up pretty soon now on gold. Same with silver, very clear 5 goes up to here, A, B, C, 1, 2, 1 of 3, 2 of 3, and the third of third in development. So again, we need a good clear thrust up here to confirm we're actually in that third of a third type move. But again, I expect good action on silver, but nothing like what we can expect from the cryptos. But of course, without the risk of the cryptos. I mean, so there's a balance there. It's just a matter of what you prefer, really. DAX, 5 waves down off the peak here, 5 waves down to there, ABC, another sharp decline, but we gained most of that. So we have actually got a 1, 2, 3, 4, possible 5 there. So maybe the DAX is going to go a little bit higher. I doubt it's going to go much higher though. If that count is correct, then ABC down to around here somewhere, and then maybe another rally coming in. But as I say, I'm thinking that these markets may well be trending down from now. The Dow is ploughing higher. We've got the 5 waves here, ABC to there for a 2 wave, 1 of 3 of 3, I think, 1, 2. The Dow could actually see some deceleration here for a possible third of a third. No real sign of it just yet, but it is moving ahead. But again, I'd expect to be a sort of fairly major peak heading our way fairly soon on the Dow. NASDAQ, within the 5 waves down to here, A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this breakout here, which could well be a terminal move, I think, but it's still going for now. A bit of a decline here, but it does fit in with the 1, 2, 3, 4 for now. So no clear sell signal there, and having seen a new highs here, we were looking for that 5th wave, I think. But again, I think the peak is probably quite close on the NASDAQ. That's all for today. If you found the information useful, back to the report on Tuesday. Have a great day. Thanks for listening, and bye for now.